Morning to all of you. I am Sonam Dubey, Assistant Professor in SIRT Bhopal. Now, today I have just introduced the concept of C++. Now, C++ is a programming language that is a cross-platform language that can be used to create high-performance application. And the C++ language is basically developed by Bizarre Structure as an extension of C language. Before introduction of C++, we just introduced the concept of C. The C language basically use printf, scanf as a function, but in case of C++, we just seen it uses the cout and cin function for the input and output operation. Now, what is C++? C++ is not only a cross-platform language that can be used to create high-performance application, and C++ was developed by the scientist Bizarre Structure, and we can just say it is just an extension of C language because before using the C++, C language is also introduced. The C++ gives a performer and the programmer a high level of control over the system and resource and memory. The language was updated 4 major times in 2011, 14, 17, 20 to C++ 11, and the latest version is 14, 17 and the C++ 20. Now, the C++ is an object-oriented programming language. That means it basically uses all the concepts of object-oriented programming. The object-oriented programming consists of the concept of objects. Object is nothing but a real-time entity, just like a car. Car is an object, and the next concept is classes. Classes is nothing but a collection of similar type of object which have different characteristics and behavior. Now, and the next one is inheritance. Inheritance is also an important property of C++, in which it is the property of an object that acquire the property of another object. And next one is data abstraction, data encapsulation, and many more other things. Now, what is the reason behind why we use the C++ language? Because the C++ is a very high level general purpose programming language that is basically designed for the system and application programming. When introduced the C++ concept, the medium level users can also use the concept of C++ because they are already using the language C. So that makes it suitable for the developing different types of operating system, device drivers and other system software, and it is very user friendly. So we can easily use the C++ programming. And C++ is a portable and can be used to develop applications that can be adapted to multiple platforms. That means C is very portable language. We can easily use the C++ programming codes in different languages also. For example, if we write any program in C++, we just use these code words in Java programming and any other languages. And C++ is a fun and easy to learn. C++ concept is basically dependent on the OOPS programming that is very easily to understood. As C++ is a close to C, C# and Java, it make it easy for programmer to switch to C++ and vice versa. And C++ has a large and active community for the developers and users. That means a wealth of resources and tools available for learning and using the language. Now, what are the similarities between C and C++? Both languages have the same code structure. When we writing any code under the C and C++, we can just see we have to write the hash include function. Hash is the preprocessor directive, and include, and then istream.h, that is header files. And the next one is they both have a similar syntax. In case of C, we are using the two function for input and output, that is printf and scanf. And similar to the C language, we also use the cout and cin function in C++. So the concept is same and both are performing the same operation. Now the next one is they both have a similar compilation. That means when we compile the program written in C and C++ language, both are using the same compiler. So we don't have to need to install another compiler. Now the next one is their basic memory model is very close to the hardware, and when we write the C program or the C++ program, both are using the same operating system. So we don't have to need to switch the hardware as well as platform. So we can see and we can say there are a lot of similarities between C and C++ language. Now both the languages share the same basic syntax. Almost all the operators and keywords of C are present in C++ as well, and they do the same thing. Now there are a lot of operators like assignment operators and the different keywords in C that are also present in C++. So both are performing the same function. So we can say they are also sharing the same basic syntax. Now the similar notation of heap, stack, static and file scope variables are present in both of these languages. And as compared to C, C++ has more extended grammar, but the basic grammar here is the same. Now the template C++ templates allow developers to write genetic code that can work with any data type and make it easier to write reusable and flexible code. Now the difference between C and C++. C++ was developed an extension of C, and both languages have almost the same syntax. The main difference between the C and C++ is that the C++ support classes and objects while C does not. So this is the only and basic difference in C and C++, because the C++ is basically use the concept of object oriented programming, in which we are using the object classes, inheritance, encapsulation, data hiding and many more things. But in case of C, does not include any type of classes and objects, and in case of C, it does not define the function inside the structure. And when we are writing any program inside the C, we can just see there are no concept of function and objects. So we are just only use the function inside the structure. Now in case of C++, it uses function inside a structure, and C language uses the studio.h, that is H stands for header files, and C++ language uses the istream.h header files. Both are studio.h and istream.h are the header files which performing the different types of function and different types of library. Now what are the application of C++ programming? As mentioned before, C++ is one of the most widely used programming language. It has its presence in almost every area of software development. I am just discovering about what are the applications. So we can just see there are lot of compiler and many more interpreters are designed in C++ language. And application software development, C++ programming has been used in developing almost all the major operating systems like Windows, Mac operating system and Linux. So C++ is a very kind language in which we can use different types of operating system, and when we are writing any code inside the C++, we can easily use C++ code inside the different operating system also. and these can easily run and compile. And the programming language dependent development, that C++ has been used extensively in developing new programming languages like C#, Java, JavaScript, Perl, Unix, C Shell, PHP, Python, and Verilog. In different programming language development, when we are using the C++, it is basically used only and only the concept of oops, and that is very easily updated in the next format. So we can easily just write a code in C++ and copy this code inside the different languages, and we just update according to their structure. And now compile and run, so we can see the output will be same and the structure is also different. So we can just say C++ is a very powerful and versatile programming language that is widely used for a range of applications and is well suited for both low-level system programming and high-level application development. Now the next one is computational programming. C++ is the best friend of scientists because of fast speed and computational efficiency. And the next is games development. When we say different types of games in Android mobile phones and different things, we can just see there are lot of things inside the C++. We can just use these functions and classes and objects for making a different games, and that provide the greater control over the hardware as well as software also. So we can use the C++. Now the embedded system, C++ is being heavily used in developing medical and in engineering applications like software for MRI app machines, high and CAD system. Now the data types, there are different types of data types, that is short, int, long, float, double, are also used inside the C++ language. They are using the different types of memory like 2 byte, 4 byte, 8 byte, and they are having a different size range from minus to positive numbers, and they have different precisions also like not applicable and 7 to 15 digit. These are also some examples of data types. Now the characteristics of procedure oriented programming language, it basically emphasizes on algorithms rather than the object oriented programming emphasized on the object and classes. Large programs are divided into small programs like a function, and the function can communicate via the global variable, and in which data are freely movable from one function to another. Now the object oriented programming, C++ has fully supported the object-oriented programming, including the various features like encapsulation, data hiding, inheritance, and polymorphism. Now, okay. Thank you.